Okay, week 4, we're going to look at half guard from the bottom. All right, this is half guard from the bottom is where you could say the Kimura is created. It's the #1 place that a lot of people use for attacking the Kimura. It's a safe position for the Kimura, very popular. A lot of things can be exposed from this position. So we need to first start talking about proactive and reactive ways of attacking the Kimura from the half guard position. And very similar to the full guard position, we need to understand what our hips are doing as well. So from the full guard, we've got a pushing and pulling system. Same thing in the half guard, we've got a disruption system where we can pull and push the individual to a certain degree, and that can give us some type of movement or disruption of the arm, all right? So a proactive means that I am using these disruptions to actually go and gain the access of the arm and attack the arm. The reactive would be that the individual is trying to get like a chest on chest position, is really trying to flatten me up, and I'm reacting off his movements, right? Making sure that I have the correct framing involved that then will allow me to attack the arm reactively off his attacks. So the first one is the proactive way. So we're in this half guard position, right? And I've connected my legs like a full guard at the back, and I have a good knee shield, right? From here, it's pretty easy for me to push and pull. You know, with the gi, it's nice for me to get like a collar sleeve position or even just a collar position and start pulling and pushing the individual, right? This will give me a reaction. So for instance, if I do this, he has to post out, right? All of this will allow me to get to the arm, all right? Compared to if JP is now trying to get a crossface on me and I'm either shelving my hand on my head like a helmet, or I'm reactively putting my 2 hands involved in between, a wedge in between me and him, and he tries to get that chest on chest position, it's easy for me to reactively attack the arm, okay? So the proactive way is like I basically make him base out, and then I sit up and I catch the arm, all right? So I'm using that disruption. I can even pull him into me. As I pull him into me, I can expose the arm and then catch that arm. And it's all got to do with my lower body or my upper body. For now, JP is sitting up, right? Which means that most of his base is in the middle of his hips. So if I just take my hand and I push him, right, he's going to have to now come into me, and that's when I can start attacking that arm, all right? Compared to if I'm keeping him away, all right, and now he's trying to come into me and trying to basically get chest on chest and passing, I can keep the wedge in between him and me, all right, and from here he's exposed the arm to a certain degree, and then I'm able then to get the connection of the Kimura. So with the half guard, we have to understand that we can use this proactive and reactive positions of getting to that Kimura, using that push and pull system, right? And either getting the hand based out for us to sit up and start getting the Kimura position, or allowing him, all right, and able to him to basically try and pass. A good one is actually allowing the knee shield. So reactively allowing the knee shield to slip by. So if he's trying to pass on me and I just slip my knee out, I've taken the frame out of his hip. You can see he's fallen over, but he's exposed the arm for me to connect, right? So again, I mean, it's double knee position, right? I can either push him over, right, for proactive, right? Or he's trying to pass, right? And I just remove the double knee shield, boom. And now I've exposed his arm and I can start connecting, right? Very good example as well. Important for you to know these two. It's going to make it much easier for you to get to that connection in this bottom half guard position. Now entering that power Kimura from that half guard position, right? So I either have entered the Kimura proactively or reactively, and I've got this position now. Now I'm going to take my knee, and I'm taking my knee on the inside position, and I'm creating a frame, and then I'm throwing the leg on the outside, right? From here, I need to now create that position off my foot. So he's sitting on my foot now, where I extend him and I go flat, and it's easy for me now to pull this leg out, right? So again, I get this Kimura and I'm in this position, right? From here, I'm scooting my hips out, bringing my knee towards the face, and then windscreen wiping my leg out. I can now step on the hip. As I step on the hip, I pull my leg out, all right? And once I pulled my leg out, I can go flat on my back. From flat on my back, I'm in that power Kimura position. I back heel both my heels in, lift my hip up, and then I pull my elbow towards my shoulder, and I get the tap from this position. So again, proactively, reactively, I'm entering this Kimura position, right? He's got the hands connection, all right? If this hand goes behind his back, it's easy for me to either finish or get a sweep, all right? But he connects his hands, right? From here, my knee comes over his back onto the hip, right? I push this hip, I retract my knee, all right? And now I get into a flat position, power Kimura position. I pull my heels towards his back, lift my hips up, I break the hand, and now I put the Kimura on by taking my elbow and pulling it towards myself and getting the break from there. So that's a power Kimura position from bottom half guard. All right, so using the Kimura in that half guard position, we're gonna also have individuals stepping up on that leg, right, to get good base or to get a better grip to defend with the Kimura. Once they step up on that leg, it gives you a basic availability to start entering the legs. So again, proactively, reactively, I'm entering this Kimura position. Right? A lot of guys from here now, right, they'll feel very vulnerable if they don't have their hands connected, right, and their leg is on the floor because I'm able to break this grip. Okay, so they'll step up on this leg, gives them a little bit better base and a little bit better grip for here. But what happens now, because this knee is exposed, it's easy for me now to switch my hips and start entering the leg here and start getting any type of leg lock positions. So again, I have this connection of the arm, all right, and my opponent then steps up, all right. He might also want to try and step up to create some type of space to maybe disconnect and now start passing this way, right? If he can, right? And that's another reason why they'll step up. Once they step up, they've got a better grip onto his leg, so it's harder for me to start disconnecting, right? Also, I'm able then to go into the power Kimura, but this leg might basically be an obstacle for me to finish. So instead of any of that, I'm just going to start attacking the leg. So I grab the leg, my knees come in between his, I scoot my hips under him, and now I've entered a nice leg lock position, and I'm able now to start either wrestling up on top or start attacking the legs from this position. Okay, the roll through from the half guard position. So we can use the roll through if there's a stagnant position on the Kimura and not able to implement any of the following strategies. I can then basically set this guy up to pass my guard and try run around the position to catch me in an armbar. During this time, I'm able then to sit him on his bum and get the roll through. So again, I'm in half guard with the double knee shield. Proactively, reactively, I connect to the Kimura. But for some reason here, I'm not able to implement a power Kimura. He's not stepping up on his legs. I'm not be able to get the sweep or anything. So I actually just open my leg and I allow him now to start passing through. Now, if he runs all the way through, right, he's going to step over my head and now he's going to go for the armbar, right? So just before that, as he starts running through, I push his bum onto the floor and I'm able to then get into this power Kimura position, which means that I can switch my hips. So I just switch my hips and I'm able then to get into my Kimura position, or he sits up and I drive my knee in and I start catching the back. So one more time. I catch this Kimura position, right? I'm not able to kind of do anything. So I open my legs, force him to pass. As he starts passing, I sit him back down. Now I'm in this T position, the Kimura T position, and I'm able then to do a whole lot of attacks from this position. So good strategy if you kind of had a stalemate position with the Kimura, the guy's not trying to power out or kind of give you any type of space, all right? So you allow the pass and that will give you the roll through.